Hi everybody, I want to talk to you a couple of new segments about real health and weight loss for real people. Alright, my name's Bud Jeffries, and you can look me up on YouTube and on a million other places, but I want you to check this out, okay? So listen, I'm not the thinnest guy ever, but I don't believe thin is necessarily healthy, but I have some experience with this, and this is why I want to talk to you about this, because there's some issues I really care about that I think you need to know about. So here's the deal. I watched my father suffer with diabetes forever and didn't even know what it was. And I see a lot of people doing this now, and I just talked to some heavy lifters recently, and they're having trouble with this, and oh, my blood sugar's high, and it's a big epidemic with big guys or with just people in general. Really, from a health perspective, it doesn't matter whether you're thin, whether you're whatever, okay? But it does especially affect the big strongman guys because they get huge, and after a while your body just can't carry that much weight. Listen. If you are having high blood sugar or sporadic and weird blood sugar where it's up, down all the time and there's problems, okay, and it's not because you've literally gone so far in training and so hard that you've exhausted all the possible energy in your body, which is almost impossible to do, but if you're having it on a regular basis, you have a problem, okay? Let me tell you what the biggest problem with this deal was for me, okay? Years and years and years I watched my dad have pre-diabetes and then full-on diabetes without it being treated. Okay, if your blood sugar is dropping into the 200 and 300s, you have diabetes, but you can fix it. But here's what you can't do. Don't do this, okay? Don't wait around and take the medication and let them band-aid the problem, okay? You have to fix the problem, okay? Let me give you an example of what this is like, all right? Taking medication in your pre-diabetic state or in the early stages of diabetes to just control and saying, well, I'll do a little bit better with food, okay, is like cutting yourself every day deeply with a knife and sticking a band-aid on it every day, okay, instead of stopping cutting yourself, which is what you're doing with the way you eat or the way you exercise or probably the way you live, all right? Listen, if you don't get a real deal going on with changing your deal now, and you don't necessarily have to be small. I'm not a small guy. My blood sugars are always consistently around 70, all right? It is something you can take care of if you change the way you eat. 90% of the sugar you eat's got to go. Okay, I'm not going to tell you one specific way to diet because I don't even believe in dieting, but you got to make some changes. Processed foods mostly got to go, okay? You can have some stuff every once in a while, you can be fine. Eating all the freaking time, 18 times a day, got to go, okay? And not being in good shape, okay? True, positive cardiovascular and muscular shape. I'm not talking about necessarily being a huge lifter, but I'm talking about true heart and whole body health. Why? Let me tell you. Your organs are driven by how you breathe, by your conditioning, and they will get more sensitive to what they need as well as better if you eat better, if you eat smarter things, if you get in shape, if you do the right things, but you can reverse it, especially in the early stages. But let me tell you what will happen. You start taking the medication, okay? And I'm not telling people not to take medication. If they're giving you medication, take it. But don't look at it like that's the end-all, be-all savior of the deal. That is a Band-Aid on the way to full-blown problems. And what are the problems after that, okay? We're talking about some horrific stuff. We're talking about heart attack, stroke. We're also talking about neuropathy in the legs and in the stomach and in the other things and in the eyes that will just destroy you, okay? It is massively painful and it doesn't go away. But you can stop it if you don't let it get there. But don't let them talk you into go and slide a little bit at a time. Just take some medication, it'll get better. No. Attack this for real. If you got to lose a bunch of weight, do whatever you got to do. Everybody's individual frame has a tipping point above which they simply, no matter how muscular you are, you simply cannot function well from a health perspective. It may be big, it may be small. It's up to you to find it, but you got to get in shape and you got to stop eating crap. Okay? Don't let them slide you into that crap, and don't let that happen to you. I watched it happen to family members. It is a problem. Take it seriously because diabetes is one of the most deadly diseases that we have. Okay? And you can fix it if you just start doing some grown-up stuff. Don't eat all the freaking time. Don't eat 1,000,000 calories a day. Don't eat a lot of sugar. Eat a lot of vegetables. Not a lot of processed crap, and get in great shape. Okay? That will make a huge difference in your health, and don't let it sneak up on you because it really does. You don't really feel it a lot of the time. Okay? But once in a while, things get out of whack, and every time it gets out of whack, it's worse and worse and worse and worse, and eventually you hit a tipping point where you can't reverse it. Okay? But you can do it now if you act on it. Don't let that happen to you. And be smart. Okay? Take care of what you need to do and just get in shape. Do some smart things.